quick and easy painting with daisies. Hello, so in this video we are going to paint a little flower painting, and I have already taped down my paper. I'm using Arches cold pressed paper, 100% cotton. We are also going to use some watercolors. I'm using the ones from Winsor Newton, the professional watercolors. And we are going to use some different brushes, mop brush for, getting out all the water, and some different sizes, and a rigger brush, for example. We are also going to use a pencil, some paper, and masking fluid. I'm using this one from Winsor Newton, and some water, and some table salt. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to, draw a little flower. It doesn't have to be perfect, just draw some petals in the middle, and maybe one here. If you like, you don't have to draw it beforehand. You could just start with the masking fluid right away. And maybe one there. It's just a very simple flower, nothing out of the ordinary. So now we're going to take some masking fluid and just and you don't have to use masking fluid if you don't have any, but it's a lot easier because then you can paint directly over it. If you don't have it, you need to try to not overlap the flower and the background. If you're not using, you can use gouache right away if you just on top of your background, if you don't want to do it like this. Then you can just skip this and just draw the flower right up on top of it. I think I'm gonna sprinkle some masking fluid here as well. Yeah, just like that. And then we're gonna let it dry a bit. So the masking fluid is dried, and now it's time to prep your colors if you haven't done that. I am going to use some olive green. And a bit of yellow. And then I'm going to take some blue. And paints gray. So now we are going to wetten the paper, because we are doing the background in wet on wet. So just get it evenly. And don't worry if it's too much water somewhere. It can be a nice effect too. Okay. So now we are going to start and make the background. So we can just take some green and just, you know, put it wherever you feel that you want it. Some yellow. Then I'm gonna mix a little. Take some blue. And don't worry if it looks very odd in the beginning. It will be better when you're done. Take some paint gray as well. So now we are going to sprinkle some salt. And now we need to let this dry. Okay, so it's dried. So then we can just try to get away the salt, either with your fingers or with another brush. Okay, so now we are going to do the same again, because as you see, the color gets very light when it dries. So you need to build up the layers to get it darker. So let's take some water again. And then we're just gonna take whatever color we want. I'm not sure if I really like that bright blue there. I think I'm gonna make it green instead. Then take some paint spray again. And as you can see now, this down here has already started to dry. You can just take your brush and put some water there. And if you like, you can make some water balloons with just splattering clean water. And you can do it with color as well. Just do whatever you feel like doing. You can choose whatever color you like. You don't have to take green and blue, and you can take whatever. And some more water balloons, because I really like that effect. And I think I'm gonna let this dry again. Okay, so it's dried again, and I think I'm gonna go and do one layer more. If you want, you can skip that, but I think I want it a little bit darker, so I'm gonna take some water a third time. It all depends if you want it dark or light. Just note that we are going to make some stems here, and if it gets too dark, it's gonna be very hard to get the stems to pop out, or whatever you're calling it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add a little jello. This could be a really fun way to try different backgrounds and just, play with your colors. Try different techniques. think it's super fun. Just do whatever you feel like. Okay, let's try it on here again. And now some water blooms once more. Okay, so I think this is enough. And now we're gonna try it again. Okay, it's dry, so now it's time to take off the masking fluid. And when you do that, you need to be really sure that the paper is completely dry. Otherwise, it's very big risk that the masking fluid is going to tear the paper. And you can do it either with your fingers, just make sure they are dry, or you can use it with an eraser. So now if you want, you can you know, outline where you want the center to be in your flowers. You know where to start painting. Or you just paint right away. It's up to you. And if you want, you can do the same with the stems. For the middle, or the center of the flower, I'm using yellow ochre. Pre-wetting it a little. And then you need to make it a little bit darker. Yeah, I don't remember what the brown color is called. Then we can just dot it in there. It needs to be a little bit wet still. And if you want, you can give the petals some, you know, defining in between, or you just leave them be. It's up to you what you prefer. Just gonna give it a little. Don't have to be much, just a little. Gonna make it a little darker. Okay, so I think that's decent. So now we're gonna do the stems, and I'm going to use olive green and Payne's gray to make it really dark. Okay, I'm using a rigger brush for this. You can use whatever you use to paint stems with. It works perfectly fine with the round brush as well. Just need to be a bit more careful on the hand, I guess, to don't make it too thick. They don't have to be perfect straight either. We're gonna make these small leaves. Gonna make some of them a little bigger. I'm gonna take some Payne's gray now, then outline them a bit. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a little vegetation down there. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so I think we are done. So these were some quick daisies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will love to see if you decide to paint along or want to do one yourself, you know. So now we're just gonna peel off the tape. Oh, look at that border. Looks so pretty and clean. And there you have it. 10 daisies. Let me know in the comments what you liked about it or disliked, for that matters. If I could do something better, let me know. Otherwise, I see you next time. Bye bye.